This is Krasnoyarsk-26, also known as Zheleznogorsk. It's a city buried deep in Siberia that no outsider can enter. Even the families of the people who live there need a special permit just to visit. For decades, the Soviet Union pretended this place simply did not exist. If you look at the modern map, you can see it clearly. But look at the same spot on a map from 1980, and it is gone. The tiny village of Kuvarshino, home to only a few hundred people, is marked right there. But Zheleznogorsk, with 90,000 residents, has been completely erased. So why did Russia hide an entire city from the world? This is a story of the city that was too dangerous to be put on a map. This is a story of Krasnoyarsk-26. This type of city is formally known in Russia as ZATO, a closed Administrative-Territorial Formation. And Zheleznogorsk is only one of 44 closed cities. Or at least, that is what they want the world to believe. Many sources claim that there are 15 more ZATO sites whose locations have never been disclosed. Erasing them from the map was only step 1. Step 2 was confusing the enemy. The name Krasnoyarsk-26 was a trick. It suggests the city is 26 kilometers away from the major city of Krasnoyarsk. But the number has nothing to do with distance. It was a standard Soviet tactic for sensitive sites. Link the sacred facility to a nearby city for administration and use a fake number to hide exactly where it is. Fake names and empty maps were effective, but the physical security was even stronger. Closed cities are often surrounded by concrete walls, barbed wire, and in some cases even guard towers. While most Siberian cities are poor and depressing, behind the fence, Zheleznogorsk looks different. This place is architecturally distinct. Well-maintained, classical Stalinist buildings, an artificial lake with beaches, and a movie theater that showed new films only one day after they premiered in Moscow. The story of Zheleznogorsk began in 1950, and there is only one reason it exists: the nuclear weapons. The city was built to support the mining and chemical combine, a massive nuclear facility with reactors and laboratories buried deep underground. To protect it from American airstrikes, a system of tunnels was carved directly into the mountain. But the tunnels weren't dug by the Russians. The city and the plant were built by 70,000 Gulag prisoners. During the Cold War, this facility produced more than 40 tons of weapons-grade plutonium. That is roughly 1/3 of the entire Soviet nuclear arsenal. And while the prisoners suffered, Krasnoyarsk-26 citizens lived in paradise. This was the Golden Cage. Behind the fences, the nation's brightest minds lived the Soviet dream. They had the best food and the highest wages the Kremlin could provide. Shops were full, no rationing, no standing in line. Workers earned 50% more than the people outside the gates. However, this privilege came with the cost to freedom of movement. For the children who grew up here, the entire world ended at the city's gates. Until 1992, Many had no idea Krasnoyarsk-26 was missing from the maps. And while the people lived in comfort, the environment was being destroyed. Contaminated water from the nuclear reactors was piped directly into the nearby Yenisei River. Today, the radiation buried in the riverbanks is double the levels found in the soil at Chernobyl. Radioactive material has been found in the water nearly 500 miles away. Scientists calculated that people who live near the plant and eat fish from the river are consuming dangerous amounts of radiation. The scale of the pollution is staggering. It wasn't just the river that was poisoned. The reactor's most dangerous waste was buried deep within the mountain. Millions of cubic meters of liquid waste were pumped into the earth. Enough radioactive material to fill 900 Olympic-sized swimming pools. And the disposal site is only 2.5 kilometers from the Yenisei River. Today, Zheleznogorsk remains closed off from the world. But the Soviet dream is gone. In the early 90s, the Cold War ended. The demand for plutonium vanished and government funds dried up. Only the third reactor stayed operational because it provides heat for the city's inhabitants. Wages were slashed. The city's mission was gone. Workers felt that the years of service to the Soviet Union were ultimately meaningless. The secrecy that defined their identity became a toxic legacy. Their unique, privileged status turned into an environmental liability. It's a paradise that became a prison. This is why Krasnoyarsk-26 is Russia's forbidden city.